calling life. And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. The technical difficulties abound. And I was actually in the middle of speaking about, saying the defense, um, and their momentum that they have gotten on over the last 5 6 weeks. Having 16 sacks, somewhere around 7 or 8 turnovers created over the last 5 games. Um, it can't go, saying unnoticed or untalked about, um, in them, catching this rhythm, this groove, this defensive aggressive groove, at the right time. You know, you want your defense to be, hot, if you will, especially, when you making a playoff push, you know, playing this type of ball. I mean, we getting off the field on third down somewhere around 64 to 68% of the time. You know, um, what's your mind thought on this? Defensive momentum we got going on, tactician.
Oh man, I'm excited. It's much improved from the weeks past. Um, my opinion is Raheem has allowed Jimmy Lake to do um what he's had, built up in his head is how the defense should do. They're more aggressive. Um, when we're getting after the quarterback, we're doing more containing, which means people are more disciplined. And they're rushing as a unit. You're no longer seeing the individual player trying to make a play. They're all rushing as a unit, working together. Um, Also, he's utilizing. He's bringing his corners and safeties up instead of giving the offense 5 to 7 yards between the receiver and a defender. So I'm liking what I'm seeing. And you got players making noticeable plays like
Yeah, yeah,
blocking, batting
yeah,
down balls, punching balls out. So that aggressive style, I love it. I love it.
yeah. Guys like names are being called like Evan Keddy. You've had Malone sighting. Street's been a busybody. Caden Ellis has been an X factor. Um, Mike Hughes. You know, uh, you know, you guys are making plays to jump on the field. Matt Michael. Uh, what would be your assertion into this conversation?
Man, shut up. That's not what you said. Goof.
Senator,
Yeah.
would you like to give us your take on this defensive momentum that is caught from the defense at the right time?
I don't give a shit. Why? Because I need to see consistency. So fuck this defense until I see consistency. It's all cute right now, but I want to see 8 games of consistency. I want to see continuous adjustments, and they're willing to adjust. So right now they good. They shut me up. Once I'm always an advocate for, please shut me up. So I won't have to say anything about it. So right now they've shut me up, but I need to see 8, close to 8. 6 games, I'll be cool with it, but I need to see them finish the game, finish the season well, and it'll be around 8 games. So until I get closer to that 8, I'm not buying any of this shit.
Well, this will be game number 6 of this particular defensive momentum. Uh, they was on a 4 sack, saying 3 game streak. They got 3 this last game, saying that's 15 sacks in the last 4 games. You need a little bit of something.
I'm all for it. Like I said, please shut me up. I love it when the Falcons shut me up. Unlike other people, and which we're gonna get to. But They want to continuously crapping on their team, or I would say team. They want to continuously crap on players. I
Uh,
want to be proven wrong.
well, uh, that comes with people that have this. We have a lot of these in our fan base.
Mm-hmm.
You know, um, because you see all the time with folks out here be whining and crying and making assertions of because he didn't pick this player or sign this player, he needs to be fired, and and they're and giving these awful Jumanji ass grades to his the draft classes that have come in on his watch. um I'm not gonna sit here and say he's hit on everything, but he has more hits under his belt than he do misses.
Question:
Yes, sir.
what did you define hit? Because other people may think hitting on a draft pick or free agents differently. Some people have incredible expectations or
Yeah.
unobtainable expectations in regards to being hitting on free agency and draft picks.
Well, um, a a draft hit um would be, let me see, under this guy, um Kyle Pitts, uh uh Evan Kennedy, Bergeron, um Drake London, Mooney from a free agent perspective.
Dogman Noozle, who's
Yeah,
been a he.
yeah. I was finna get to the madhouse down there with what I'm saying, Lindstrom and McGarry, guys. All the fruits are coming to bear from these draft classes, and and I'm gonna be unapologetic about it. If you're in your feelings because we didn't draft somebody that you wanted, you know what I'm saying? That's why he get paid for the job, and you're sitting at home with your Kleenex and your wet wipes.
Can I rip the band-aid off, please?
Go right ahead, Tech.
Okay. We know why a lot of people is in their feelings about Kyle Pitts. And we had this discussion, and I'm about to ruin y'all day. Let's just say we went ahead for some of you who wanted Kyle Pitts traded for Brock Bowers. I'm gonna tell you right now, in a offensive system where you have six weapons at your disposal, Brock Bowers would have had the same situation that Kyle Pitts is having. It does not change. The man does not change the situation. Because let me let y'all know something. You geniuses out there that claim y'all know football. If you take and focus solely on Kyle Pitts in this offense, you make this offense one dimensional. Listen to me. I'm going to say it again in remedial for you people in the back. If you take and put the focus on Kyle Pitts, whether it be indirectly or directly, you make this offense one dimensional. And for all of you that know Falcons football, you've seen a one dimensional offense because everybody else gets cut off. And then the team's defenses that you face can pin your ears back. Kyle Pitts is the clear out guy. You check his numbers, he's on par with tight end numbers as they should be. He's the clear out guy. If he doesn't clear out the defenders, your other receivers don't eat. We have two receivers right now that's on par for 1,000 yards this season. You know why? Because Kyle Pitts has done the clearing. You want to know why Kirk got a lot of those interceptions? because he was forcing it to Kyle Pitts. And what Sam said earlier, the reason why you guys have a hard time digesting the draft the way we drafted is because you expect that if any player goes in the top 10, they supposed to guarantee you whatever you expect instead of playing the way they're supposed to play. That's the problem. Your expectations haven't won any Super Bowl, any Pro Bowl, and ain't put nobody in the Ring of Honor. Your expectations don't even win games on Madden. So here's your reality. Here's your reality check. Your nice little spoon of tussin. Y'all got to be more realistic and watch what's in front of you and not what's in your head.
Well, Senator, what would be your answer to this question?
Um, expect to be number one receiver instead of a tight end. I mean, the easy. The thing is people don't realize they're being brainwashed. You've been groomed like Diddy by the
Oh,
media.
wow.
Tell me
Mm,
what I'm lying though. Y'all been groomed by the media to hate certain players. Even when you look at their numbers, these numbers are typical for your prototypical tight end. If you look at the history of the NFL, Kyle
Mm-hmm.
Pitts is right on pace to do exactly what tight ends have always done in the history of NFL. See, this is why people don't. This is why people have expectations now because the NFL, just like the NBA, they've changed the game into offense and big numbers. So anybody that's not getting big numbers, y'all are expected to hate them
Mm-hmm.
because these guys aren't getting those unrealistic numbers. The NFL, you look at the NFL in its entirety, just look at some of the Pro Bowlers going back to the 80s, 90s, and early 2000s. You'll see what the numbers look like for an average tight end. Go look at Rob Gronkowski and look at his numbers. Not
mm,
everybody is look. There's only two tight ends in the history of the game that have exceeded expectations in regards to numbers, and that's Travis Kelce and Tony Gonzalez. You'll never see that type of production, all right, from tight ends. Those guys are special talents, and they didn't do it being a fucking unicorn and running 4.4. Both of those guys ran by the 4.5 and the 4.6, so they didn't do that, and largely due to the fact that they were, if you look at the numbers in itself and how those guys are used in offense. We
Mm-hmm.
know Andy Reid's offense has always been a quick passing offense, aka a West Coast offense. So the reason why people expect Kyle Pitts is to be a number one wide receiver because they being groomed like Diddy.
mm.
Now you know what, Mike. I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take it a little bit back in time, and give you some names and proof because I remember this. Dwight Clark, um, that around that time, Mark Bavaro and them guys. You go back and look at the numbers in 83, 84, and 85, and it's on the same part at the timeline that you're talking about as far as yards goes right now at the particular point in the season.
hmm That's what I mean. I
Mm-hmm.
said the numbers. If you just look at the history of the NFL,
Mm-hmm.
stop looking at stop looking at special cases. Travis Kelce will never be another Travis Kelce. There will never be another Tony Gonzalez.
Mm-mm.
But because the NFL and the media, it wasn't even the NFL because NFL scouts are realistic when it comes down to it. When they draft guys, they don't draft guys to be number one and super mega stars. They bring these guys in. They draft Julio Jones to be a part of a issue because the part of a team. When they drafted Julio Jones, they didn't bring him in to be a superstar. They brought him in to be a complement to Roddy White.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
these are
Yep.
facts
Mm-hmm.
to be a
That's it.
compliment to right away. So before y'all start listening to ESPN and listening to Blog and Dirty and all these other publications, look at the history of the NFL and look why guys. When you look, this is a perfect example. Why do you think the Atlanta Falcons drafted Tyler out here to be a number one running back or to be a part of a puzzle?
Be a part of a puzzle because he was paired with Caleb Huntley.
So what do you think? Why did they draft Bijan Robinson?
Part of the puzzle.
Uh,
They drafted Bijan because of his Hollywood connections. How about that?
Yeah, it's, again that goes into that part of the puzzle. Expectations, not expectations, but Hollywood to have he's supposed to be a major marketing part for this offense to be well liked.
Yep. Yep.
All these there's more multiple reasons why you draft guys.
yep.
He's the face of this team because in the PR world, it looks good on the Falcons. And why? Because his mentor is Matthew McConaughey. He's in Hollywood.
This
It's
is.
good PR.
Mm-hmm. Now, Kev, you see it on the screen. You know, was that your final answer? What you just gave, or you want to add something to it?
Talking about the question you got on the screen, why is he expected to be a number one wide receiver instead of a tight end?
Yeah.
Mm,
Mm, because because where it came down to it is, and I think y'all said it. I ain't really got much to say, but y'all said it. When let's be out, let me throw this all on. The reason why people expect Kyle Pitts to be a number one wide receiver is because of what the fuck he did against Georgia. Let's just keep it real.
mm.
Ding, 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 ding.
And if
You
you
are
look at it, he
correct.
really didn't do much outside of being a tight end
But the
Okay.
thing,
in this
like you
game.
said, let's look at the timeline of the team
Mm-hmm.
when he came in.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, Julio Jones was out, but he wanted out and then got out.
Mm-hmm.
So he was expected to be a complementary piece
Mm-hmm.
for Calvin Ridley, who was supposed to took the next step and be that number one. In which we found out that Calvin Ridley's mindset ain't no more than a number two at best, and that's why he got ghosts. Kyle Pitts' first year, he was the only viable target worth a damn on this team. So Matt Ryan had no choice but to force feed him the football
Mm-hmm.
after week 5. So by him getting that Pro Bowl nod that first year and almost breaking Mike Dicker's single season tight end receiving record,
Yeah.
the Falcon fans expected that every year. But here's the problem. 2022 comes around. Drake London's in the picture.
Mm-hmm.
So Drake London was supposed to have been a compliment to Kyle Pitts. But you forget, Kyle Pitts got hurt and missed the last 6 or 7 games that year.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go to the next year. Now people expect Kyle Pitts to be the number one option again. What did the Falcons do?
Mm.
Mustard.
Yes, it on the beat.
Yo, turn the TV off.
Now
Oh,
becomes now becomes the face of the team. Now within this whole timeline,
yep.
Desmond Ritter ended up being the quarterback that year.
Mm-hmm.
Now remember this timeline after the 2023 season, starting quarterbacks. Five. Five starting quarterbacks, three offensive identities
Mm-hmm.
coming
Yep.
into this season.
Yeah, that happened.
Now you go into another situation where you're going into another offensive philosophy, in which its philosophy is not tight end friendly.
Nope.
They use their tight ends like the traditional tight end.
Mm-hmm. They're the clear out
Exactly.
guys.
They're the clear out guys. They're the open space, and they actually sit and do the thing that you cocksuckers don't appreciate, and that's actually blocking.
But wait. But let's go back. Let's go back before K Styles. None of y'all knew who Kyle Pitts was before that Georgia game. Let's be real. Let's be real. Because if we look at the draft, which we did the draft show on the year that Kyle Pitts got drafted, they kept showing the highlights of him going off on Georgia. Before then, y'all didn't know who Kyle Pitts was. Y'all didn't. Because most of us didn't.
Because remember the talking point around that time was Micah Parsons,
Right,
Justin Fields, or
right,
Patrick Surtain Jr.
right.
Yeah.
Nobody
But
knew
like
about Kyle Pitts.
but like I said, the issue that came down with that too was Julio. Like you said, Julio Jones was traded out. He wanted out, so they had to find a replacement for that.
And,
While
and
at the same time, they didn't have any faith that Calvin Ridley was going to be wide receiver one. You
and
could have
and
went Jamar. Look, you could have went Jamar Chase, but here's the problem with Jamar Chase: is he any good without Joe Burrow? Because he ain't played. He has not played outside of Joe Burrow. What is that? Since about 2019,
yeah,
2018.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let me give a side note about this. And this is why I
So,
told y'all back in the day, y'all get y'all takes from the media when they give them to you. The same show, 2 weeks apart, Shannon Sharp came on there talking about how much more explosive this offense was going to be with pairing Kyle Pitts with a Julio Jones and a Calvin Ridley. And people ran with it until Quinn Torres decided he didn't want to play in the sandbox no more. Remember that now. Nobody had them high expectations for Kyle Pitts outside of the draft until Shannon said that. Because everybody had this thought that, oh man, Julio and Kyle Pitts, man, that's gonna be serious until it didn't happen.
but you just hit on someone.
What's that?
Julio Jones.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Everybody loves Julio.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody loves Julio.
And they thought Kyle Pitts was gonna be another Julio when Julio decided to walk away. And he didn't live up to y'all expectations. Now he balled out under Matt Ryan. But after that year Matt Ryan left, y'all, and he got hurt, it was like, oh, he needs to do better. And we kept trying to tell y'all he was hurt. And the further along, now, if you notice in K-Style timeline, the further along it got, we got more weapons. We changed philosophies. We changed quarterbacks. So it's almost like time began to write Kyle Pitts out as being the number one most important weapon on this team. And that hurt y'all feelings.
Well,
Booyah.
you know, it kind of that the latter part of that, we kind of wait for that to what I was going to be my next talking point. You know what I'm saying? which was the definition of Kyle Pitts' job. You know, whether it be fabricated or actual reality. Who knows what? Who knows the definition of Kyle Pitts' job? Anybody can take the reins on that.
Hmm. Like Mike said, your typical tight end is the clear out guy. If you go back to the Patriots when it was Brady and Gronk, whatever I always said about Gronk and Brady, Gronk was Brady's security blanket, but Gronk also cleared out the way for the other guys to get the ball. If you noticed, a good 40% of the time, Gronk on the Patriots team, he was blocking. He was blocking. He was making it easy for his other teammates to eat. And then when the Patriots kind of got behind or a team started to get up on him, Brady would fire off and go to Gronk. This is what Mike been talking about. Travis Kelce does the same thing. He blocks, and then when it's his time, he gets the ball. But all y'all see is when he gets the ball. Y'all don't see when he blocks. Y'all don't see when he clears it out for the other weapons because it don't matter.
Okay, so I'm looking at Kyle Pitts recruiting numbers. Anybody remember what he was in college as far as his recruiting status?
Uh,
I think he was a 3 star. He was a 3 star prospect, right?
4 star. He was a 4 star prospect.
Okay.
A 4 star prospect. So a guy that is supposed to be a unicorn, he's compared to everybody else at that position. He's not even a 5 star recruit. So again, where are these narratives? There's no statistical data that states that he was supposed to be a unicorn. So it goes back to what Kid was talking about in regards to the Georgia. When y'all saw him do that to Georgia, you assumed that he was going to do that to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
It's like if you do that against Georgia and Alabama, you got to be an awesome player. How many times have we seen that before from players have a good game and then you never see them live up to their expectations again?
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you just have one of those games where everything just clicks.
And question, Mike. I want to ask you a question. On that Florida Gators team, how many major weapons outside of Pitts did they have that was
Right. Florida was trash. That's it.
okay? Thank you. You cleared it up. So in other words,
They had
Cal
Kyle
Pitts.
Trask as a quarterback coach. He was not very good.
Okay. So in other words, Kyle Pitts went from the college situation, which was bad, to a NFL situation, which was bad at the time because we had Oompa Loompas and Matt Ryan. So he thrived in an environment similar to where he came from. And that's why he flourished. And then when the situation outgrew him, now y'all complaining saying he's a bust. No, he just faded into a situation where now his role is supportive and not the major role.
well, for one thing, he started to happen to actually play the position that he was drafted as a tight end without
Mm-hmm.
screaming for a whole season or some things. He had to learn how to be a tight end, and now that he's actually doing tight end things. Uh, see, this is what happened when you don't study, research for understanding.
Yeah, and even comparing him to Brock, he only caught 3 passes as a freshman. Okay, so there was a moment when he was there when he was at Florida. He never caught anything over 50 passes. In his entire career, he's never caught anything over that in college. And he went to school for 3 years, you know what I'm saying? So the thing is, where again, there's no statistical data that states that he's a unicorn.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing. Nothing states that he's a unicorn outside of him running a 4.4 at that position.
What?
With his
No, Mike. So you're telling me that the 40 position, the 40 time dictated his career path?
because no tight end has ever done that. That's why he was called. That's why he was called a unicorn because no tight end was able to run essentially a 4.4.
Well,
Wait,
you got to
wait.
No,
think.
no, 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 no. It was one other tight end I remember that did it, and it was the tight end who record he broke. Anybody remember one said guy Vernon Davis?
Oh yeah. I remember Vernon Davis. Yeah.
You
So
also
wait,
factor in when he got to Florida, he was 6'4". Year in his sophomore year, he grew 2 inches.
wait. So you mean to tell me Kyle Pitts' career has been relegated to a track meet?
Mm-hmm.
Oh
Basically.
boy.
But
So
here's the
he's watching the wrong thing.
but here's the thing though. Here's the thing though. When we're looking at this Falcons offense, Kyle Pitts right now is doing the job they need him to do.
Mm-hmm.
He may not have Brad Bauer's yardage, but he's averaging almost 14 yards a reception.
K Styles, how many weapons on that team with Brock Bowers?
It's just him.
No, it's just him.
Again, there we go. You see, you see what we're saying? Now, if you add five other weapons on that team with Brock Bowers, he's gonna have the same situation as Kyle Pitts. This is why we tell y'all to do your homework. If you put Brock Bowers is basically in Kyle Pitts' situation right now as a rookie. Go back to Kyle Pitts' rookie season in Atlanta. It's the same thing. It's only him. If you put more weapons on the team and they make a difference, he's gonna fade to the back. It's very simple. I mean, some of y'all out here making pancakes very difficult. Like, how do you overcomplicate Bisquick?
Johnu Smith has 800 yards because they damn wide receiving core can't stay healthy in Miami.
Right.
Yeah, we're not talking about that aspect. You're talking about we should have kept Vernon Davis, but John Smith because he has more catches and type, but you're not factoring in that they literally are losing. A Chain is one of those guys too that has been up and down as far as his injury is concerned, and that's been his entire career so far.
Hmm.
Is he can't stay healthy. We all know what's going on with Jalen. Jalen is always hurt, and then you got
Mm-hmm.
a number of other wide receivers. Even Tariq Hill has had issues with injuries this year,
Yeah.
so he's his safety valve.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds familiar, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
But
Yes.
here's the interesting part there. Here's the interesting part too. Guess who's the quarterback safety valve on this team? Who is the safer safety valve?
On this team,
Yeah,
Throw the ball to the tight end in the middle of the field, or having a running back that can catch the ball in the flat.
running back.
I
Man,
give
Because y'all because you keep forgetting that Bijan Robinson has about 60 receptions on this team too.
Right. And
but
not to mention,
that came due to um the quarterback in this instance. He doesn't look to do anything because he know where Bijan is going to be. He's not trying to survey the field. And we're talking about Kirk Cousins, so he just checks the ball down to Bijan Robinson. and that's been going on for the last few weeks or so. He's
Hmm.
not getting the ball into anybody's hand. The big time receivers weren't getting the ball. Drake wasn't getting the ball. Kyle wasn't getting the ball. A lot of the guys wasn't getting the ball. We had to completely dumb down and change the offense because Kurt has been going through whatever mental issue he's been going. And I think it's more physical than anything, but that safety valve for any quarterback is the easiest thing. And that's why Mr. AAU Jackson, if you look at everything that he does, he just checks the ball down. His
Yeah,
what his running backs have more receptions than his wide receivers do.
Yep. Hmm. And see, to add what Kev said, you do know both of our running backs can actually catch out the backfield, even though Tyler doesn't do it all the time.
yeah. And this is what makes Penix cerebrally dangerous because he makes it his business to get the ball to his playmaker.
Hmm. And does not care whether they're close up or downfield.
You do realize that he admitted that that was a bad pass by him to
Mhm.
Kyle Pitt in that situation. Not a good read. But we're not going to talk about the quarterback making the bad read and putting him in that situation to begin with.
Mm.
I'm glad you said that, Mike. I'm glad you said that. Time to rip off another band aid. Because let's be honest, the main thing the media is feeding you again is if Kyle Pitts had the ball in that close proximity to his body, whether he had a defender hanging on him, hugging him, or whatever, he should have caught that for a touchdown. Never mind what the quarterback said. Never mind if it was a wrong read, a wrong route, whatever. All y'all cared about was seeing another highlight by Kyle Pitts in whatever fashion he could get it. Every news media outlet has been talking about his production based on that catch. Well, he should have caught it though. You know what I'm saying? If he'd just caught it or whatnot, it'd have been a lot better. His production has gone down. And then y'all run with it. And then when we tell y'all it was a bad read or whatever the case, or even Penix said, "Oh no, Kyle Pitts got to do better." He's 6'6". He should have been able to catch that and roll over.
Yeah, I sure said,
Yeah,
damn sure did.
yeah,
You ain't got no girl hands. You got big hands. Catch that goddamn ball. Let go.
right. But at the same time, it's more than one angle to that. And for a rookie quarterback at that now to admit that was the wrong read speaks volumes.
Mm, yeah. Well, we're in Chocolate City on Sunday night. Uh, and we're facing a familiar face, DQ. We already know what kind of defense we're gonna be playing. Um, but from me in this game, I'm gonna be more so looking at our defense against them. How we contain him and
I like
how
improvements. I like improvements. I don't like having 4 games of good play and then we returning back to the dumb shit that we was doing before. I like consistent changes. So as long as they keep showing me that certain players are going to be utilized certain ways, so that's how I look at the game. Are you using these players in the ways that you should? That's what I focus on. I can take bad play or you just not having a good game. But when I see us doing dumb shit like playing off coverage, playing cover 3 90% of the damn game, like those things drive me nuts.
well Well, Scrooge will well aware of what you feel about the defense.
No, no, no. That's not what I'm saying. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying so far, so good. This ain't disappointment. I'm talking about coaching. I can take players playing bad because that happens, but bad coaching can be avoided. That's all I'm saying.
Mhm.
I could take players dropping the passes or keep getting, penalties here and there. We haven't had, like offensively, I thought we done a good job. We had our moments of lapses. Defensively, we had our moments of lapses. But when I started seeing us playing cover three, not blitzing, not playing, enough man, not using Caden Ellis as a blitzer, as a rusher, like those types of things that I'm looking for. So it's not even the defensive players that I'm focused on. I'm focused on the coaching.
Mhm.
Cause you gotta specify with some people because everybody when you hear
Yeah,
people say that they assume that you just saying no, I'm not impressed. No, I'm not. That's not what I'm saying. I'm impressed by what the players are doing, but I'm not impressed by the coaching staff because that's where you win and lose championships is by the coaching staff.
true. Well, coming up against this coach and quarterback, um, from a possession to possession perspective against Jaden Daniels, I really truly believe we're definitely gonna have to create some turnovers. Make this kid make mistakes. I'm not, given it some of the defenses that he has faced so far this year, it's going to be interesting to see how he, up close and personally, deciphers what's in front of him and what are we going to do against him. You know, Kev, you can dive in on this.
Let's just be honest. The best defense Washington has seen this year was last week.
Yeah, pretty much. I,
But as far as where we talk about as far as the coaching, yes, you got they're going to have to keep this momentum that they got going on with the defense right now because the defense is creating havoc. They've been creating havoc. What you say about 4 or 5 games in a row now,
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
and they have to keep it up. Like you said, you're going against a rookie quarterback right now. And the last time you faced a rookie quarterback, you were passive as hell because you didn't think Bo Nix was worth a damn.
I'm glad you said that, Kev. I'm glad you said that because the main thing we're gonna have to do, and I've said it on my short that I just put out today, we're going to have to get at him and contain him, and you're gonna have to let Jimmy Lake's aggressive defense do what it's been doing. We cannot afford to be giving Jaden Daniels 5 yards off your receivers. You can't because he's gonna eat you alive, even being a rookie. That's why I highlighted a couple players. Number one, I'm gonna definitely need Jesse Bates to be following that young man's eyes because eventually he gonna get cocky and want to throw it downfield, and I'm gonna need you to pick it off. I'm gonna need the linebacker. I'm gonna need Pew Pew 17. I need Pew Pew 17, and I need K Nellis. I need y'all to make him see ghosts. He need to see four of
that
himself.
man's name is Evan Ketty.
You gonna
That man, don't be doing that, man. Like this.
wait
He
wait
said,
wait say Sam.
having Kenny.
Wait say we done restored him. We done restored him.
That man name is Evan Ketty. Don't do that, man, like that.
but
Well,
real talk.
we've
Now,
been calling it that QQ. and it's been
Yeah,
working.
right. That's what I'm saying. But mind you, all of this is happening without Troy Anderson. So that's letting you know that if you let Jimmy Lake do what he's supposed to do, we'll be fine. We will
I
be fine.
I tell you this, I think the biggest factor in this game is going to be Zach Harrison.
Yeah,
Woo.
you know, you stick him up there between Grady and Goldman.
It's a
Nah,
wrap.
you ain't even got to. No, you ain't even got to do that because the
Well, I'm
one
saying
thing
they've been doing that though. You know, they've been doing that. You get it gotten some result, and sometimes it's just him in there, taking up space, clogging up, But shit, hell, whatever he's been mixing and matching up there in that brain box, it's been working.
because the thing about it with Jaden is another one of those guys where if it ain't there, he's gonna take off,
Yep,
Mm-hmm.
you got
and
to
he
make him pay for it.
and, and, and- and he takes off to the right more than he would the left.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So you're gonna need that mountain of a defensive end and Zach Harrison to be on the prowl.
Right.
Mm. Yeah. 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 That's why I said my biggest concern is just making sure y'all catch and contain Jaden Daniels. If you do that, you basically then manage a good portion of the game.
Yes. Yeah.
Because I watched a couple of them Washington games, and they've been skating by the skin of their teeth.
He that.
You play disciplined football, especially on the defensive side. It won't be no tooth left.
Well, look like the defense is going to be under the spotlight, under the bright light this game. Uh, I think that honestly, AJ will probably shut down McLaughlin, and that's gonna, you know, put the you have to make them have new ideas on that side of the ball as far as getting downfield. But if he's breaking off running, we got to make him pay for it. We got to make him think about goddamn taking off.
Hmm.
You got to touch it. You touch a quarterback enough times. After enough times, he start hearing footsteps. That little 5 second clock will be going off in 3 seconds.
Well, Sam, I will say this, especially with our offense, Dan Quinn gonna have his hands full with the run game. He gonna have his hands full
Yeah.
because with this quarterback, if you decide to load the box, you gonna get your box top popped because Penix will throw it downfield.
Um, I saw this, but I don't know nothing about the guy, and so I really don't understand.
He's supposed to run fast, all right, because Kirk Cousins ain't gonna run nowhere.
Yeah, that's the backup in case. Yeah. Mhm.
No,
Y'all,
that came
y'all
in
think
because they
y'all
gonna
think quarterback to mimic Jay Daniels?
that's all it is. We
Yeah.
playing Daniels, so they need somebody who come in and play like Jaden Daniels. That's not Jaden Daniels, so they can play Jaden Daniels.
Right.
So what? They putting him in as a quarterback for this game by himself.
The defense, no, just to get the defense ready for this game.
Oh, okay. I get what you're saying, Mike. I got you.
Yeah. Take
So-
for
yeah,
uh,
so they can be used to
I
the
saw that he
speed.
signed to the scout team. The practice squad. Scout team.
Ah,
Yeah, yeah,
All right, yeah, I got you. I
yeah.
mean, but it makes sense though. It makes sense. You should prepare. You if you're gonna play the guy, you should prepare for somebody that's similar skill set.
Yeah, that what Mike said.
Yeah.
Uh, you know, Kurt not running nowhere.
Yeah.
damn it, I'm doing.
I mean, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's pretty much a wrap for high noon. Get the fellas, y'all get y'all takes and Mike, since you probably know about everything, give a rundown of what to expect for tonight, tomorrow, through the weekend, all the way through.
Well, we got the ATL Sports in game where we will finish this conversation and go in depth over our matchup against the Commanders and Cal Pitts, and also what the playoff picture will look like should we decide to step into that. So make sure you guys stay tuned. It's coming on it. We're doing it at 9:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So that's what we got going on over here. What you got, Mike?
Relax, people. Just relax. All right, stop bending over for people. Okay, that's all I got to say.
Yeah. You Lamar Jackson prostitutes need to get a new job.
Huh?
I'm
They
just
got to
saying,
get. They got to get another corner, Sam.
right? You
No
get off Peachtree.
thing, but
You
they
get off Peachtree, get off of Fulton Industrial, get off of MLK, get off of Piedmont, get off Memorial Drive. Find a new job, find a new profession because y'all looking mighty bad. Y'all Lamar Jackson prostitutes looking real bad right now. I'm just saying, y'all looking real bad.
strokers. Okay, we
Right.
know what's going on in the back of the strokers, and that little. I know what goes on back there.
Dang.
And it ain't lemon pepper wings either.
The moment this man throw for a touchdown, my baby.
So you saying, Sam? They sitting on the couch talking about. Gah.
Right. Mm, mm, I'm just shameless. Just shameless. Now, Leonard, I hope you stay with your declaration and keep you and your thong and your bustier off of my channel.
Not the bustier. Did you mean this man got the whole purple corset with the frills?
Listen, I have never seen nobody prostitute themselves for a player worse than this cat.
What would you do for a Lamar Jackson thong?
Look, man, that's gonna be it for Falcon Friday. High Noon Madness. I hope everybody, what I'm saying, got your feel and enjoyed the show as usual. Like I started out, what I'm saying, happy holidays to everyone. I hope everything was good, family, and safe. You know what I'm saying? When you got to go out today, dress for it. Okay, it's December. I'm just saying, it's December. Look, but K Styles, the tactician, the senator, it's your boy OG Big Sam. You got to keep it A, you got to keep it dirty. Most notably, you got to keep it real with yourself. Let your next choice be your best choice. And hold your alliance. We out.